can stay up to par, stay informed on the conversations and the insights that we can bring you. Because On Point is all about giving you an understanding from a biblical perspective of the events that are going on around us right now. The Bible talks about the sons of Issachar understanding the times, half the equation, the other half knowing what to do, knowing how to react to the times. There's wisdom for every phase of life, wisdom for every time in life. And the Bible is clear about providing us with that wisdom, that eternal wisdom, that truth that the Bible says endures throughout every generation. So we talk about everything on Point: politics, sports, local, national, international events, but all with the perspective of how they impact your life. We would love for you to call us today. Our telephone number is 866-743-8267. That's 866-743-8267. 866-74-EVANS. Give us a call. Why don't you share with at least 5 people today? Invite them to join the conversation. We would love to hear from you. We love to hear from our first-time callers. Of course, our legacy callers who have been with us almost from the beginning. We hear from them just about every week, and we love to hear their perspectives. But they also give us good geographic perspectives also. We have listeners, watchers, if you will, viewers from all around the country, some international, and they can give us a call and tell us what's going on in their geographic region so we can get a full understanding, not just what we hear on the news, not just what you may be watching on social media, but an on-the-ground, true, up-to-the-moment perspective of the things that are going on around the world. Now, 866-743-8267, 866-743-8267, 866-74-EVANS. Give us a call. Of course, joining us once again is our world-famous co-host, Reverend Nicholas A. Smith.
Good morning, good morning.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Good day.
Yeah, it's cold.
It's cold. Looks nice outside, though.
You like that?
I love it. I mean, the snow on the trees.
Yeah, okay.
I think God, he knows how to make a picture.
Oh, yeah.
He knows how to make a picture.
I love the poetic nature of your explanation.
Yes, it's
Yes, I can do with the green leaves. I like that picture.
You like that picture a little better?
Yeah, that scraping snow off the windshield and all that. That's
yeah. But I'm talking about the nature part, the trees.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It looks just.
Yeah. I'm not even sure the trees like it. They deal with it, but I get your point.
It's like a mosaic.
A lot of people that like that, that wintry look.
Yes.
Yeah, but then you got to pile on the clothing, and
I don't mind that.
Yeah, you don't mind that. Yeah. You take what he gives you.
Yeah, and you work with what you get.
Yeah, you walk outside and okay.
Yeah,
it's cold.
Yeah.
All right, it's hot. It's all right.
I know. But I'm just glad that when it started raining and it got to the 50s and 60s, my allergies was the worst. I said, Lord, just let it be colder.
So that's your fault. That was your okay.
Let it be one temperature.
That was your answer to prayer.
Either hot, cold, something. Just
me, I was saying, Lord, this is good.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't mind nothing cold.
Yeah.
Warm, raining, cool. Cold. When I saw that little bit of snow yesterday, I was like, oh no, we're not doing this. You're not gonna raise the temperature just 2-3 degrees so we don't have any snow, Lord. Nope. He listened to Pastor Nick.
Yeah. Waking up, eyes was red. I was like, okay, let's.
Yeah, it just my nose ran too, but I just chased it. That's all.
I understand.
Yeah. Phones are lighting up. We have Derek from Camden already on line 1. Other lines are beginning to light up. This morning we're going to talk about a few things that we hope you have questions about and have some biblical explanations about it. The House got through the spending bill circus. I wasn't aware that Elon Musk was on the ballot during this election. You hear nothing from the guy that they elected as vice president, and everything from the president's manager, even to the point that he's involved in politics in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
So is he the richest guy in the world right now?
I think he
Or just
is.
America?
No, just America. Them Saudis that got all that stuff. They don't
got
we
real
don't-
money.
We don't know how much
No,
they have.
no.
They don't tout it, but
I think they're in the trillions.
everybody says they're
Yeah, they got like a 999 billion.
Yes, yeah,
They're a sneeze away from $1 trillion
they're
a
the real-
piece.
yeah, they're the real money. Yes.
So, President Biden commuted 1,500 sentences and pardoned 39 people.
Yeah.
All right, that's what presidents do when they go out of office. Most normal folk don't know about that.
Yep.
But, they have a committee that goes through, all the convictions and things that are absolutely outrageous. He has the opportunity to correct those.
Yep.
The deportation talk is heating up. I did see that they found a gap in the Constitution that will, if you are an immigrant, you're not protected if you are born here, because they're saying that you're still under a foreign power. And just because you were born here does not mean you're not under that foreign power. So that means that you can't say, well, we were born here. If they're marking you as an immigrant, then they're saying, come and get yourself. If you don't want us to break up your family, take them with you.
Yep. It's so crazy how a country built on immigration.
It is
It's
mind-boggling.
And I'm not saying we should have immigration laws. I'm not in no way saying just open the borders up. But let's be realistic, y'all. Everybody here except the natives.
The reality is that there are acceptable immigrants and there are unacceptable immigrants. And it appears as though, and I'm ready to be corrected, that the unacceptable ones are anybody who's not Caucasian, white, or European.
Yep.
Okay, and doesn't matter, because the proximity to white people, which is lighter complected brown people, that proximity now is not helping them, because you have to sell out your people in order to pass. The word we used to use back in the day was so and so passed for white, so and so, and the lighter your skin was among black people, the closer you were to white, the more advantageous you were, the more attractive you were, the opportunities were better for you, and there was discrimination within the race itself, almost like a caste system. There was a time when African American light-skinned people did not marry dark-skinned people until it became popular to be dark. Ebony magazine used to have all light-complected people on their covers, and then you watch the color scheme shift over the years to where now you see people of a richer hue and lesser people that are quote-unquote less black.
Yes.
Not that they are less black, but people, we were actually discriminating within ourselves based on this. People, I'm not marrying nobody look like that. I'm not marrying anybody look like that. And then all of a sudden, when the black and proud thing came, you see lighter skinned people making sure they were with a dark skinned person, male or female, to make sure I need you to know I'm black.
Spike Lee in School Days did that whole
thing.
And when it comes down to it, they understand. If I can get y'all fighting over these little things, y'all be too busy fighting each other, rather than what's the bigger issue.
Divided.
Why do you think they had we all know the one drop rule back in the day? If you was one drop black, they considered you black.
Which is true.
Yeah. So
it's in there.
It's in there.
Yeah, it's in there.
I mean, and it's obvious if you know my mother. Her side, we had a great-great-grandfather who could pass for white.
Sure.
Because it came from the slave master. And he had blue eyes, looked white as day.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people in those days that looked like that passed for white so they wouldn't have to go through.
Absolutely. Some of the discrimination. I know a guy who remained nameless, who is a pastor, who in his younger days, and still today, looks like a Jewish man.
Okay.
He's got a last name that people can't identify racially, and that was the reason he was able to go through Haddonfield and buy property that he still owns today.
Wow.
Because when they saw his name, there were no clues, and when they saw him, there were no clues. He had the wavy hair going on, and very articulate, and they automatically assumed.
Wow.
that he was Jewish,
Yeah.
African American all the way,
Mm-hmm.
and he just bought property.
Yeah.
Still owns it today.
I'm sure. And I know this is like a tangent, but
Yeah.
even with this, with the Italian Americans or Italy,
Absolutely.
certain part of Italy,
Dark.
dark,
Yes.
and I'm sure there's
Sicilians are darker complected.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
sure there may be back in the day some
Yeah,
mixture of
yeah.
something.
Yeah, the skin tone of Sicilians is close to lighter complected Hispanics, Indians,
Yes.
Eastern people. So, but I heard a name. I heard an ethnicity included for the first time in the immigration or exportation conversation, and it was Asians.
Yes.
Asians, as a rule, don't include themselves in the minority.
Yep.
But now they're being included in this exportation conversation.
And they should have saw that with the whole college thing. You
Well.
did all that fight for affirmative action college, and they still didn't let y'all in.
Yep.
Because
But
y'all thought.
but we're not you guys.
Yeah.
Y'all have sinned. Not all have sinned.
Right, that's true.
Y'all of color, not all.
No, yep.
Okay, yes.
And you still left out
Yep.
because you thought they would let you in,
Well,
and they didn't.
I saw this morning where that organization that was inviting people not to vote are now asking the Biden administration for help.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Can you all do anything for us? We pulled a couple million votes from you, and then people bought that nonsense. I'm going to protest by not voting at all. You voted.
Yeah, you voted. And the crazy thing is, I know people make this election look like it was a big win for him.
Yeah.
When you look at the popular vote, she only lost by like 3 million.
Mm-hmm.
100,000 votes here would have got her this state. 150.
It was
here.
close in a lot of states.
It was close in a lot of states,
Yeah,
and a
yeah.
lot of people stayed home.
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna feel the
Well, they're starting to be scared now.
yeah.
Healthcare, they're afraid now. But I don't know how uninformed you can be to not understand that ACA and Obamacare were the same.
Same thing.
And that's fundamental to people's health, life, security. If I do get sick, am I going to have health care? But you have a group of people that have no conscience about taking away from 30 million people their health care.
Yep.
30 million. Just so they can fund a tax break to rich people. Okay. Let's go to the phone. We have Derek on line 1. We've got Tom from Fort Lauderdale on line 6. We've got Danny on line 4. We've got Robin from Delaware. Let's go to Derek first. Good morning, Derek. How are you?
Hi. Good morning, Pastor, and good morning, Nick. How you doing?
Doing great, man. You might want to turn your device down a little bit. It's kind of feeding back.
Okay.
Yeah, because I can hear me saying good morning, Derek. That was like 30 seconds ago. There you go.
I'm the person that called you from the hospital when I told you
Yeah,
my leg
man.
was broke.
How you making out?
Yeah, I'm making out all right. I'm in rehab right now.
You back on your feet?
Yeah, but I'm at the I'm doing physical therapy, and they're helping me with my legs.
Okay.
And I was walking up and down the steps.
Wonderful.
And I would like to thank y'all for blessing me and thank y'all for praying about me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
God works in mysterious ways.
I
as
knew he
you
was
know.
going to get you back up on your feet, man. Derek was hit by an automobile.
Yeah.
That's not a small accident, and he's in rehab now, which a lot of people wouldn't have survived that, Derek.
Yeah, and I had 3 surgeries back to back.
Mm-hmm.
And they're thinking about doing the surgery on my neck.
Okay.
So I don't know how that's going to turn out.
Now, you had some dislocations or some fractures in your
I
neck?
think it's like dislocation.
Okay.
But they're gonna put me to sleep, and they're gonna put like something else in the back of me. So I don't know how that's gonna work.
Yeah. Have you had some good conversations with various physicians about that procedure?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And they told me, it's gonna be hard for me to move my neck and everything. So.
Is it hard for you to move it now?
No, it's not hard for me to move it now, but I'm getting better,
Okay.
And they said I can go home today.
Okay, that's good. Praise the Lord. You want to really do some research on this neck thing, because if they're telling you if I fix it, you're gonna have a hard time moving it, and you're not having a hard time now, you need to get some good opinions about that.
Right, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. All right, man. Good to hear from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, good to hear from you, and I'll probably be there Sunday.
All right. Stay strong.
Yeah, I'm going to stay strong.
All
God
right.
bless.
Talk to you now. Bye-bye.
All right.
God answers prayer. He was hit by a car in Camden, and his mom and them, they thought they were going to lose him, but God raised him up. 866-743-8267, 866-743-8267, 866-744 Evans. This is On Point, the #1 Saturday morning Christian-based call-in talk show in America, at David G. Evans 1. We need you to like us, give us that thumbs up, subscribe to us, share, okay? Hit that notification button, okay? Help us flirt with the algorithm. That's good.
Yeah, right.
Let's go to, we got Tom on line 6. Good morning, Tom. How you doing?
Good morning, Bishop. How you doing, Pastor Nick?
What's going on, bro?
How you doing?
Light, bright, almost white.
That's what they used to say.
Light bright.
That's what they used to say.
At the Cotton Club, they wouldn't let them girls on stage, not unless
I know.
they met those characteristics.
I know it, man. We had an issue years ago, man. I remember at college, Tom, and I know you probably do too, when the Deltas were the brown-skinned girls to dark, the
AKAs.
AKAs,
Hey, yes.
they were the light-skinned girls, and you did not see them cross-pollinate. And I remember a couple girls tried to cross the line. They didn't survive the pledging.
Wow.
They made it clear, we think you're intelligent, we think you're all this, but, we're not ready to mix this, We ain't ready to put no brown sugar in with the white sugar. No.
That is right down the line.
Now, the guys didn't have the issue, The guys had, the alphas were the intelligent guys, and the not so macho guys, and the Qs and the Kappas. The Qs were what we would call ghetto, and the Kappas were a little more sophisticated ghetto. But then the Groove 5 Grooves came, and which they were really hardcore.
You're kicking them all out. That's it. You got them pegged.
I remember them, Doc. Look, I remember them. And I pledged Q for about a week until we beat up the brothers.
Yeah.
You gonna try to hurt me? No, we ain't doing this. We ain't doing this.
You can test me, but don't hit me.
Don't be trying to hurt me now. We sent a couple of them to the infirmary that day.
We gonna fight.
We went to war right outside the student union at Lincoln University. Praise the Lord.
Bishop, the main reason I called is I was wondering how you felt about President-elect Elon Musk.
Well, as you know, God gave me an incredible revelation on the election and why it went the way that it went. And the boldest part of that revelation was that God made sure that we knew who was running, that person was, that the characteristics were plain to us. And Israel told God, we want Saul anyway. Just like America told the world, we want Trump anyway. That was 1 Samuel chapter 8. Then today, a couple days ago, I got a revelation on what's happening with this unelected person influencing. And it absolutely is many of the major characteristics of a Jezebel spirit, unelected, in the background, who has the influence on, if you will, a weak-minded individual, and is able to either make this president great or make him the greatest villain, because Jezebel was self-serving, able to influence power, and she was very unpopular. She was feared among other people. It was merely her status. She wasn't elected. Her status, she used it to influence Ahab, and Ahab became one of the worst people known to the nation of Israel and to God. So this is the second biblical revelation I've had regarding this whole electoral process in politics since November 5th, and this one clearly is a spiritual. And Mr. Musk says he's a cultural Christian, which means he has no relationship with Jesus. He is a Christian in name. but he's primarily involved in politics and business. So that means he's a cultural Christian, which there is none that I can find in the Bible. But he's claiming that, but he's also involved in mass deportation, and the motivation is not a better country. The motivation is these people don't need to be here. So now he's involved in Germany in the same thing.
Bishop, that's what I was going to bring up. I was looking at BBC this morning. The EFP, which is in Germany, he is stirring Germany up just as much as he is here. He's doing the same thing in England.
You know why?
This guy's got his fingers.
You know why? Because it's a spirit.
Yes.
If you look at him, that's why he says cultural Christian. I'm not a real Christian. I'm calling myself Christian. It would be the same thing, Tom. For me on this camera, people watching me all day long. I'm 72 years old. I've been black since I was born, but now I'm identifying as white. And you need to accept me as what I'm saying when I can see that you're not what you're claiming to be. So it's incredible.
And speaking of immigration, he's South African. He's not born of the U.S.
So we know what that legacy is all about too.
Oh yeah.
Apartheid is in his blood.
And that he's jumping in that wave of, in Europe, the same conservative movement has been going on for years, and Trump, and he's playing on that because, Ahab was evil. Jezebel comes in, he becomes more evil. Just like, I'm sorry, the current situation, it's influence of...
influence of power.
Yeah.
And to the detriment of people.
Yes.
So it's not just local. How could he have global impact anywhere just because he's got money? So the Bible does talk about it being the root of all evil.
Yeah.
Your perspective on it. So Tom. Yeah. I think what we're looking at is another spiritual reality. The Bible's pretty clear about describing this, and it's a spiritual influence. And I wonder what it is. When I look at him, I wonder what it is that's driving him. But he tends to break everything he gets involved in.
Yeah, he does. He does.
See, what you just said a key thing. The BBC says his way of doing things is, I will break it.
Okay.
Then fix it in the way I want it to run.
Okay, but the country's not his business. Yeah. Germany's not his
exactly.
business. England's not his business. Go ahead, Pastor Nick.
I always found it unique that he bought Twitter, and now Twitter, the way he's made it change and the whole algorithm and everything, is bent towards amplifying these conservative voices.
Because he wanted an international voice.
Yep. And 2022 bought it, and again, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but partially am. I would not be surprised if there was some plan for this to be in place to help Trump get elected, do all this stuff.
Well, at least is make him a global figure.
Yes.
Because I understand he was tweeting like crazy the day before yesterday.
Oh, he goes off every day.
Okay.
He's been going off.
Yeah.
Now my other thing is, he is who he is, but we can't forget Trump is who he is.
Absolutely.
And how long is he going to let this guy shine?
I think
that's what I'm hoping and waiting to see the fallout down the road.
I think it won't happen until Trump exhausts the economic opportunities for himself that Elon Musk presents. Now, there's some benefit in it because he's not going to do it without it. But you're right. I'm waiting to see exactly how much spotlight he's going to allow him to steal, because they have virtually silenced Vance as far as image, position, because the guy's walking around. He's basically the fight manager for Trump.
He is.
Throw this left when you get in there next time. You're holding your right down too low. This guy's open for a left hook. I mean, he's managing the guy. Yeah.
And did you see where Trump wanted them to take away the debt ceiling?
Ridiculous.
So you wanted. Now remember, they're supposed to be conservative.
The same party
saving money
that didn't want to raise it now wants to get rid of it.
That wants to get rid of the debt ceiling and the spending plan. And then, of course, he would blame Biden and say it was his fault.
Of course they would blame Biden if it happened.
Yeah.
And they actually said when he did, this is the only part of the bill he wanted changed, was to raise the debt ceiling. And if you listen to the news stations, it's going to have to be raised anyway.
Well, it's got to be raised. You want to eliminate it.
Yeah.
Yes, but what Pastor Nick just said was he wanted the Democrats to do it so he didn't have to do it. Because he's going to have to do it now, because it appears as though the bill's going through with everything but that.
Well, I just find it incredible that he's trying to make room for these cuts. Most people don't understand, Tom, that when you cut the taxes for wealthy people in the billions, almost trillions, because the last time he was in office, I think debt went up $3 trillion, maybe something.
Some ridiculous amount.
Some crazy number. So now they want to make room for more of these cuts. Well, if less money is let's talk about a household. If the breadwinners in the household get pay cuts, something in the house has to change. That's just simple math. So the IRS is the breadwinner for the nation. If they bring in less money, something in the country has to change. So it has to be paid for. Well, how do you pay for it? You eliminate programs that are working for regular people, and you raise taxes on the middle and the lower income people. You have to compensate for the cut somewhere. And if they raise the ceiling or eliminate the ceiling, he can give as many cuts away as he wants to.
In other words, break out the credit card.
There you go.
Which is the ceiling, the debt.
Right.
And put it on the future.
Absolutely.
$28 trillion is first.
28 trillion.
28 trillion is first.
Okay.
But again, they're the ones that
they're conservative.
They're
fiscally
down.
If I hear fiscally conservative one more time.
I know.
One more time.
Well, Bishop, I love talking to you guys. I know you got all the callers.
Yeah.
But you guys are talking about snow?
Yes, sir. We had a little bit yesterday. Not enough. Not enough to cover the sidewalks and stuff. Just the grass covered.
Yes.
Just the grass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I talked to somebody in Florida last week, and they were telling me how cold it was down there. So don't laugh too hard, brother.
Yeah, well, I ain't want to say that, but yeah, people. I was out there last night. It was funny because it gets to 50 down here. People go crazy.
Yeah, I know.
They got the fur coats on. You name it.
Good talking to you, Tom.
See you, Tom.
All right, take care.
Talk to you. 866-743-8267. 866-743-8267. We're going to Danny from Lauderhill, Florida, on line 4. Hello, Danny. How you doing?
Good morning, Bishop, Pastor Nick, staff, you all. I won't take up too much time today, but I had to call in to wish you all the best of the holidays.
Same to you, bro.
The reason for the season.
Same to you.
Thank you once again. And I always was taught when somebody does something for you, say thank you. Yeah. And I have to say to you, Pastor Nick, your staff, and everyone that's working behind the scenes, thank you all. You're doing a wonderful job, and you help more people than what you realize, and the word goes far beyond what you ever think.
Wow.
And thank you.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. How my sister doing?
Oh, very good, very good. She's happy today because it's down in the 50s. So
she pulling out the boots again?
Yeah.
She got the fashion boots on today, and she pulling out one of her coats and stuff.
Getting them ready. So I just wanted to say this, but Pastor Nick spoiled it for me. He let it out. He told me from the beginning what the weather was like, and what have you. So.
So you can't throw any shade at us this morning.
No, I can't.
We own it. You can't shame what you own.
So once again, I want to say thank you. You're doing a wonderful job. Keep it up, and we appreciate you.
Talk to you, man.
See you, man.
All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
866-743-8267. We're going to Robin on line 5 from Delaware. Hey, Robin, how you doing?
Good morning, Bishop and Pastor Nick. I missed your guys last Saturday.
Yeah. You did?
It was a rebroadcast.
We were in Pottstown, yeah.
That's right. We were in Pottstown.
Yeah.
had a fabulous Harvest Fellowship and Church meeting.
Yep.
Fabulous at
Yep.
Heart of God Family Worship Center in Pottstown. Fabulous meeting.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Y'all know y'all my coffee on Saturday morning.
Yeah. What's on your mind this morning,
But before I get into my football,
Rob? Uh-oh.
I wanted to first say, Bishop, thank you for all the short messages you've been putting on YouTube.
Really?
Yes.
Yes, I really, really enjoyed them, especially when you was talking about, I think it was expectation and gratitude, and I just suggest that everybody goes to YouTube or Facebook and watch them, because
Okay.
you was really,
Thank you, Rob.
you hit the bullseye
Okay.
on a lot of issues.
Thank you.
But one thing I was laughing because the Bishop has a sense of humor. There's nobody like Bishop David G. Evans and
I'm
Pastor
not sure
Nick.
about that now.
Your sense of humor, especially when you can say online, I must be in the quietest church in America. I'm like that. He even says it in his videos.
Well, it's just
But
we try to stay normal.
Apostle,
Yes.
I know. Apostle Freddie Washington told me to tell you hello.
Oh, good.
I went to an event. Yeah, his they had his wife had a women's event
Okay.
last Saturday.
Okay.
And I had the opportunity to meet him, and I was telling him, go to Bethany. I said, Bishop. He said, yeah, that's my man. I said, yeah, nobody like Bishop. So he told me to tell you hello.
I used to sing for Freddie. Freddie was my district choir minister of music.
Coach.
Coach,
Okay.
yeah, when I was a
know
coach,
Coach.
yeah.
Okay.
And Freddie used to play beautifully.
Mhm.
And he's got that scratchy voice.
Yeah.
And just when you think he couldn't hit another note, he'd take it up a little higher. Freddie Washington was amazing, man.
Yeah.
And he's a bishop now, and I'm not disrespecting him. I call him Freddie, Bishop Washington
Yes.
at this point. But
Yeah.
we worked together in the district choir for Church of God in Christ in Southern New Jersey. Yeah, yeah. He was our musician. He was our director.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
But, Pastor Nick, you might can look this up right quick. I happened to come across there's something regarding trade in unwanted children exists known as rehoming. I mean, this was posted a few years ago.
That was a lot at one time. What did you say it again?
Rehoming?
He said trade in existing children?
Yeah, it's trade in unwanted children. Is this known as rehoming? RE-HOMING.
I never heard of that.
Yeah, so I think I might have sent you the clip, but it was back in 2016. I just happened to come across it. It was on the news. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday?
Oh, okay.
I couldn't.
So this was came out years ago that kids that weren't adopted were basically like sold in the underground market to other people.
Really?
People are nuts, man.
Speaking of people being a little out of their minds, what has happened to us where you can actually celebrate the death of this healthcare executive?
I know.
What?
I know.
When they were bringing this guy in,
Like it was the
I heard ladies in the background talking about free him.
yeah.
What the heck?
I know you
Somebody
want to say something
died.
else,
Right.
Bishop.
and you're gonna unbelievable.
And you're treating him like he's Al Capone.
Yeah,
Like
amazing.
all this.
Amazing.
I get you mad at the system, but that doesn't mean you kill somebody.
That mad. And get this.
Yeah,
His coverage wasn't even with that company.
I know. I'm sure.
Mm.
They hadn't done anything to him.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Unbelievable.
So my thing is, how do
Somebody
you get
died.
so close?
And you premeditated that? Like, come on.
And no insanity on this.
No.
Too much planning. Someone died.
Yeah.
And the best we can do, part of our nation, is I'm glad he got shot. Maybe this will bring
That's not-
some. That is not a humane reaction.
No, not at all.
It's all wrong.
It's all wrong. Yeah.
But Bishop, to the gentleman who called in, who was hit by a vehicle,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's still listening, but God has a purpose for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're still here. I believe that because that almost happened to me, but mine was I fell asleep behind the wheel
Okay.
3 times. And it was like I know God was hitting my chest to wake up, but when I woke up each time, my car was still in the same lane. So I know God has a purpose when things like this happen and you're still here. He has a purpose for us. So to the gentleman, you're going to be fine.
Yeah. Thank you,
You'll be
Rob.
fine. Well, now the football, this is the last thing,
All right.
Bishop.
Go ahead now.
And Pastor Nick, I know he's going to talk about, but the game between Pittsburgh Now, Pastor Nick, I know sometimes fights happen, but the way number 90, can you his name, pushed Slay all the way out, almost out of the stadium. Do you think, I mean, I've never seen anything like that. Could it be because they was upset, they was losing?
It's football. He's going
I
to
know,
keep
but
blocking
they was
and keep going.
fighting.
But you have to understand a football mindset. People that play football, MMA, they think differently than other people.
Right.
You got to be a little bit more of an animal, if I could use that phrase, a beast.
Yes.
So to
But
me,
it was a good
it's
game.
football. You get things happen. I don't.
But they was at it.
Now,
They was at it.
how egregious was this? I mean, were they out of bounds? Were they
Well,
way out of bounds?
he-
Were in the first row of the stands?
He blocked him all the way out to the end zone. This guy was real big.
Okay.
Blocked him, kept pushing him all the way back out of the end zone.
Like the what's the name of that movie with Sandra Bullock?
Oh, the Blind Side?
Blindside.
Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that. Just kept going and going and going.
Said he wanted to put him on the bus.
Yeah, and it just in those feats, sometimes you have to punk somebody mentally and see if it works. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just
Yeah,
saying it just is what it is.
Speaking of
Right.
football,
Yeah.
I saw a few
That's-
minutes of the Buffalo Bills and the Detroit Lions.
Yes.
It was the most entertaining game I had seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Both of them were firing on all cylinders.
Yep.
I thought the offense on both of them was just outrageous. The
Yeah.
defense was wonderful.
Yeah.
And did they say Detroit was playing with a whole lot of their major
Oh,
players
Detroit,
hurt?
if Detroit had they had like 16 people on IR.
Wow.
And that's on their defense.
Wow.
If they had their real defense there, Buffalo wouldn't have scored that many points. They would have.
Both of them looked really good to me.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're going to go all the way, but I'm praying we do. But that's all I have.
All right,
and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a blessed, safe day.
Talk to you now.
See you.
All right, bye-bye.
I got to root for Buffalo because we got some cousins on Buffalo's team, so I got to be favorable to them, you know. But yeah, I thought it was. I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, this is a good game.
Yeah, they were going back and forth.
Yeah,
They
I
were
like
going
that.
back and forth.
I like that. And the defenses were both good, but the offenses knew how to play.
The offenses were just better that game.
Yeah. Cool. 866-743-8261. Well, now, 743. 866-743-8261. We're going to Christonia from Mount Laurel on line 1. Good morning, Christonia.
Yes, hi, Bishop. I was calling for two things.
Okay.
My cousins came with me last Sunday.
Yes.
From Houston,
Okay, yes.
and they really enjoyed the service, and they can't wait to come back.
Wow. It was great to meet them, and I'm glad they had a wonderful experience with us.
And the second thing is really good news for Social Security.
Yes.
The Senate signed the bill last night,
Okay.
so the public service workers with pensions will get their full Social Security,
Okay.
and also their survivors, eligible survivors, will get the benefits if something should happen to their spouse.
Oh, wow.
They pushing stuff through this
Yes,
last month.
and the president has to sign it, and then it'll be good
They
to go.
are.
They've been trying to get rid of this for 30 years, and it's gone.
They're pushing. Biden and them are pushing stuff through real quick.
Okay.
Yes.
And they're cutting some like some of the debt elimination for student loans. And
Yes.
something else. They're wrapping those programs up so
Yes.
the Trump administration can't get a hand on them.
Okay.
And change them.
Yes.
Okay.
So they're going to start finalize it, shut them down, because he knows when he come in, it's going to.
The thing I don't see him doing, and maybe you guys know more than I do, he has the ability to put a bunch of judges in place.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering why they're not pulling the trigger on that.
He
I think
is.
they put some in. They put some in.
Yeah, because they say they could really do, because if you get all these MAGA guys in, a lot of inequity is going to go on.
Yep.
But I'm hoping that they get real aggressive. I think they said something like 300 judges
Let me see.
they were able to impact those positions.
Yeah, he put in so far 235.
Okay.
So I think, but again, this last month they're going to start pushing.
Yeah, because
stuff
they can't stop him at this point. And the unfairness in the court system will be exacerbated if we get a bunch of MAGA people in
Yeah.
there. And we saw how in certain situations it influenced outcomes.
Yep.
You know, I understand they pulled Fannie Willis off the
Yep.
off the case in Georgia. So, and that happened I think this week. You know, because
And I've been watching C-SPAN,
Mm-hmm.
With the Social Security stuff going on. And he's definitely pushing a lot of judges
Yeah.
all across the country.
Well, that's what they want him to do.
Yes.
They said Schumer could basically just approve him. I guess they're trying to do it in some kind of order, but and the thing was, well, maybe you don't want to do that. They might do it. They're going to do it if you don't do it.
Right. Yeah.
The other side's going to do it if you don't do it. So that whole, we don't want them to do the same thing. Shut up.
I know. And there are
they're going to do it anyway.
They're going to do it. And some judges are refusing to retire because they know what's coming in. Mm-hmm. So they're like, no, we're going to stay the whole as long as we can.
That's right. That's right.
But
Thank you,
that's
Chris.
all I had to tell you guys, and Merry Christmas to everyone.
Same to you.
Merry Christmas.
God bless you, baby.
And
Bye-bye.
I'll see you again soon.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
We got Beverly from Clementon on line 6. You can give us a call. This is On Point, the #1 Saturday morning Christian-based call-in talk show in America, live every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on any smart device at David G. Evans, the #1. That's at David G. Evans, the #1. Won't you do us a favor? Like us, give us that thumbs up, subscribe to us, share with at least 5 people so they can join our conversation. We'd love to watch our On Point family grow once again, not only this year but in the coming year. We want to hit some new heights and reach more people around the world. 866-743-8267, 866-74-EVANS. You can give us a call. We've got lines open now. They were all filled at one point, but some are open now. You can give us a call. Let's go to Beverly from Clementon. Hey, Bev.
Yes, good morning, Bishop.
How you doing?
Okay, good morning, Pastor Nick.
Good morning.
Yeah, I just wanted to make mention of what you talked about earlier with the, the complexion, the skin tones of the AKAs and the Deltas.
Yeah.
Well, at least at Penn State, when I was there, from 1965 to 1969, that was not the case. It was a mixed bag on both sides, and I'm a Delta, and I'm light skinned.
Penn State was an anomaly, I believe, because
because I know on a lot of campuses that was definitely the case, but that was not the case at Penn State. It was really a mixed bag on both sides.
HBCUs, it was clear.
Oh yeah, I know that because I used to go down to Howard a lot, go to Lincoln.
Yep.
I don't know whether you were there between 65 and 69, but
you left the year I came.
Oh, okay. No, I was there. I would come down for homecomings and stuff like that.
Fabulous homecoming.
Oh yeah, and Howard and.
Oh yeah.
Oh I know the deal. I know the deal for sure. Anyway, I just wanted to, make a statement about Elon Musk.
Okay.
If Congress doesn't rein that man in, he's going to be out of control. Because I just read on Google News yesterday, I believe it was, because Trump's been entertaining the billionaires down in Mar-a-Lago, Mark Zuckerberg, and he had a private dinner with Jeff Bezos.
Okay.
And I didn't realize till I read this article that Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk can't stand each other.
Yes.
And he had a private dinner with Jeff Bezos, and Elon Musk had the nerve to crash it. So I said, people better take stock of this man's behavior, because first of all, I don't even understand why the members of Congress would even be entertaining anything that man is saying.
Well, they shouldn't. He's not elected to anything.
They act like they're scared of him. They act like they're scared of Trump. And it's very inappropriate for Trump to be weighing in on anything, and he's not even president yet.
Yeah.
And I'm just totally disgusted with the Republicans down there in Washington. They are, a spineless lot. And they just don't seem to be able to stand up to Trump. Bad enough we got to put up with him. Now we're going to have Elon Musk. And I don't even understand. I really don't think the Congress should even approve this position that Trump's creating for him, because as far as I can see, it would be a serious conflict of interest, because this man got millions of dollars in contracts with the government.
Yeah. But conflict of interest was a hallmark of President-elect's previous time in
Oh,
office.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Well, lobbying, as far as I'm concerned, lobbying is nothing but legalized bribery.
It's very true.
Yeah,
That's very
yeah.
true.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all it is.
I've never heard
And
it
just
stated
I want
like
to
that.
make one more point before I go.
Okay.
A few years ago, when I was doing some research, I found out that and the number might not be totally exact, but I know it's 400 and some, and I'll say it's like 419 members in the Congress between the House and the Senate. It's somewhere around that number. And there are more lobbyists. There are over 400 pharmaceutical lobbyists down there in Washington, D.C.
400?
Over 400. There are more pharmaceutical lobbyists in Washington, D.C. than there are members of the House and the Senate combined.
Wow.
And, you can, check it out. 'Cause
Wow.
I was shocked to find that out.
I knew there were lobbyists, but I didn't know there was quite that many for
Oh,
one,
yeah.
for one
Yeah, the
industry.
I know.
So does
for
the
one industry,
NRA. The NRA has an enormous number of lobbyists. And there was even, I remember seeing some documentaries where some of these lobbyists, even because a lot of them are very skilled lawyers, and they actually would draft bills to their benefit, of course,
Absolutely.
and give them to their favorite politician
Yep, for them to push
to
them
push
through.
them through the House and Senate.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
corruption is rampant. And I said, Lord, we need some divine intervention.
Absolutely.
So that's all I have to say. Wishing you and Pastor Nick enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in church tomorrow.
All right.
Tomorrow.
Take it easy.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Alrighty. Bye-bye.
866-743-8267, 867-8267. We're going back to Florida, Oakland, Florida, and we're going to talk to Ivonne. Good morning, Ivonne.
Good morning.
Morning.
How are you today?
I'm better. Thank you for praying for me. I had called in, or actually went online, in the beginning of November because I was having cervical spine surgery.
Yeah, okay.
I went in and I had a surgery on the 12th of November. It went well,
Good.
but the next day they told me I needed to have a second surgery.
Okay.
So I had the second surgery 2 days later, and I was in the hospital till the 21st. But it's getting better. I was able to wash my hair yesterday.
Okay.
So it's getting a whole lot better.
Now,
But
when
I'm
you had
part of,
when you had the
part-
second surgery, was it in the same area or a different area?
they went in the front. First time it was supposed to be a 4-hour surgery, turned into 8 hours. The second surgery 2 days later, they had to go in the back. It was supposed to be a 2-hour surgery, turned into 5 hours.
My goodness.
Jeez.
Yeah, so, but I'm on the mend. I've been praying. God is just, doing his process, and I am so grateful that I'm actually able to do a couple normal things. now.
Wonderful. That's a wonderful
But-
testimony.
I'm part of the Connections Church. And
Absolutely.
I'm at Embrace. I'm at Bible study. I'm at 11 o'clock service. I'm at On Pointe.
I hear you.
And I'm at community service every month.
I hear you now.
Now, I am so concerned that we here in South Florida, we need a place where we can fellowship, where all of us who follow you, who
Absolutely.
are part, we need a place where we can meet up and encourage each other, because we're not there in Jersey. I've been to the church.
Yes, ma'am.
I used to live in Delaware.
Okay.
But, since I've been here in 2020, it's been so difficult to find people who are believers like us to get together.
I think pre-COVID, we were having conversations about consolidating Connections Church members in particular geographic areas, like, for example, yours in Florida. We have a wonderful following from Florida. both people in Connections Church and people that are not. But our Connections Church members in Florida are where you are: Oakland, Jacksonville, Orlando, Miami, and I think Fort Myers. And we were actually talking about creating pockets for our Connections Church members to get together, a couple times a year. I'm glad you said something to us again, because it reminded me of those plans that were pre-COVID. That's something we're going to have to look into.
Please do.
Yeah.
Bishop.
What is Oakland near? What other cities is Oakland near?
Okay. Fort Lauderdale is to the east,
Okay. How many miles?
like 5.
Okay. Go ahead.
Tamarack is around the corner.
Okay.
Lauderhill is a mile south of me.
Oh my.
And what's the other guy who calls in all the time?
Danny and Tom are in that area.
Danny and Tom are in your area
Yeah.
then?
Yes. Lauderhill, Fort Lauderdale. Those guys are like 2 minutes away.
Wow.
I am actually, this is considered North Fort Lauderdale.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And I am like 3 miles from the beach.
Yeah, that's good news.
Yeah. Right. That's not bad.
That's wonderful news.
Yeah.
Wow, that's very encouraging to me.
But I need fellowship. I need
know.
people like me.
I know. I think that the more more experience we get in ministry, I don't think we appreciate it. And you help me with this, Ivonne. I don't think we've fully appreciated our own uniqueness in the United States Church. I'm not sure that we've been fully aware of our uniqueness, which probably means which is why we have not, pushed harder to get people to know us. But I hear people that have been here and they move, and the major complaint is, I can't find a church. And I think it's probably the atmosphere, the teaching. What would you say, Ivonne?
I think it's more the teaching.
Okay.
I've been a part of some pretty big churches, but I just don't want to get involved in that because there's so many wolves in sheep's clothing.
Okay.
That I'm not interested in being a part of.
Okay.
And I don't want to stray away from my true Bible teaching-based church.
I understand.
That you guys give me.
I understand. That's very encouraging to us. You've helped us this morning.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys. And, hey, Bishop,
Yeah.
guess what?
What?
I used to go to the library. Just Jazz.
Oh, yeah, I remember the days.
All those places.
Yeah.
The same time you were going.
Yeah, I remember the days.
But thank God we've been delivered from that, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You lived in Philly or Jersey?
I grew up in Philly. I'm like an Air Force brat.
Okay.
I was born in Chicago.
Okay.
Raised in Oklahoma.
Okay.
In Opelika, Florida.
Okay.
And then my mom, she decided she was tired. She took me and my sister to Philly, and I grew up in Philly. But after I got married, I raised my kids in Delaware.
Where'd you go to school in Philly?
Germantown High. Well, Cardinal Doherty, then
Okay.
Germantown High.
Okay. I was a Bartram person till my mom shipped me to private school. I went to Shaw Junior High, Bartram High School, and then my mom shipped me off for senior and junior year to private school. She was trying to avoid a problem.
Well, I definitely know about Lincoln, Cheney,
Oh, yeah.
Bruce,
Yeah.
the Kappas,
Yeah.
all of that.
A lot of my
'Cause I
family
was
are Cheney
partying up
graduates.
in there.
Yeah, a lot of my aunts and uncles are Cheney graduates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My family too.
Yeah.
But I'm a Temple grad.
The Temple grad? Okay. What was your maiden name?
Henderson? It is Henderson.
Henderson, okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. I know a bunch of Hendersons.
Uh-oh.
from South Jersey. They got Henderson.
Oh, I don't know any.
They have Hendersonville in South Jersey.
I know none. The only
Yeah.
Hendersons I know are my dad's family down here in Florida.
You know who else is from there? That young man that Oprah has been with all these years. Stedman Grant?
Stedman. Okay.
Yeah, he's from
I didn't
his
know
family's from South Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah. Because Reverend Henderson, who was with us when we first started,
Yeah.
he's from Hendersonville.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yes.
To what she said now,
Yeah.
if this person was right a long time ago,
Yeah.
somebody prophesied that we have a Florida location. I don't know if you remember that.
No, I don't.
I'll talk to you about it after.
Okay.
It was years ago.
Okay.
That would be awesome.
I think it would work.
I think so, too.
I think it would work.
I'm in.
All right, we're on it, Ivonne.
I'm in.
We're
Count
on-
me in.
We're on it.
Okay.
Talk to you.
I love you guys.
Love you too. Have a great
Take care.
holiday now, and
God bless. Merry Christmas.
Speedy
and I'll
healing.
See you guys. I'll see you guys in the brace.
That's
well,
right.
tomorrow,
Yes.
11 o'clock.
That's right.
Okay.
Speedy healing.
Yep.
Thank you.
God bless you now. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Now, we didn't get to half the stuff we wanted to talk about. We'll have to pick it up next week. Definitely want to talk about these school shootings again. Something seems to inspire the stuff around the anniversary of the Sandy Hook thing.
Yeah.
And there are a couple other things politically we needed to go over, but we'll hit it next week. We want to thank all of you for joining us today on Point. We invite you to join us tomorrow. If you're anywhere close to us geographically, get in your car and come down to Lindenwold, New Jersey. Our service begins promptly at 11 a.m. tomorrow. If you cannot do that, of course, you can join us online. We have an 8 o'clock virtual service also, but 11 o'clock is live in this room. You get to experience church like we believe will be a unique experience for you. We're in a great series on prayer right now. I know that subject doesn't inspire people, but God has given us another way to look at it, and it's really been working for the people. We're beginning, and we need to be able to break through in prayer in the coming year. So join us tomorrow at 11 a.m. Our midweek services, our Bible studies are at noon and 7 p.m. on Wednesdays. The Harvest Bookstore here on campus is open every day. New Year's Eve, we're fasting together as a church. That begins on the 29th. We'll end after the service on New Year's Eve. We're having a prayer service on the 29th at 6 p.m. We invite you to come. Our New Year's Eve service is going to happen at 7:30 on New Year's Eve. We're fasting during that time, praying, worshiping. We're also sowing our first fruit, which is an additional tithe for those who have not reached that level of faith. We invite you to join us in that with a $225 seed to set up your new year. We've been teaching on the reason why this is essential for you to set up your new year, for God to be able to move. We need to let God do what God wants to do for us.
Yes.
If you're interested in receiving any news from us on a daily basis, updates, you text BBC News to 28950. If you need some inspirational uplifts, you BBC Elevate to 28950. Prayer requests, we'd love to pray with you. Send your prayer requests to prayer@go2bethany.com. That's prayer@go2bethany.com. And we want you to subscribe to David G. Evans 1 and BBC of NJ on YouTube. And we have some podcast platforms, DGEMS, DGEMS, and On Point. For Pastor Nicholas Smith, I'm Bishop David G. Evans. Remember, faith acts like a thing is so, even when it's not so, that it might be so. God bless you. See you tomorrow. Don't miss out on worship. God wants us to assemble together. Stay strong, stay saved, and we'll see you next time.